Hi, it's Terry McCormick from the Star Morning Show, and it's our Star 104.5 Teacher of the Week. This week, we've been doing this 21 years, and with me today, we have a kindergarten teacher. Her name is Mrs. Niederklein. I have that right, and she is the kindergarten teacher at Westridge Elementary School in Elkhorn. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, how long have you been teaching kindergartners? I just think that's got to be the most fun job ever.
Yes. I've been teaching kindergarten for 5 years, and then I taught first grade for a year, so 6 years total.
That's great. So I got a letter from Mrs.
Everingham. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her daughter, or her son, Kate, is in your
Yes.
class. And I'd like to read a little bit of the letter. She
Okay.
said, Mrs. Niederklein is kind and loving. She's a great kindergarten teacher. My son, Cade, is in her classroom this year. While Cade was excited to attend school, he was somewhat hesitant to go because of such unusual circumstances with the pandemic. He would not see his twin brother or older sister at lunch or on the playground prior to school starting, and he had not been in a formal education setting since last year. So with the first week of school, Cade came home telling us about his teacher and how much he loves school. He continues to tell us how much he likes his teacher and how he works hard for her. Mrs. Niederklein is excited and passionate about teaching. Her love for learning is infectious. She makes sure that students are ready to learn in the morning, and this continues throughout the day regardless of what they are doing. Mrs. Niederklein is a true example of caring, creative, and a courageous teacher. So that's just
so
part
sweet.
of this letter, and you can tell that she really, really loves you and that her son loves you. So, Mrs. Niederklein, with that in mind, what have been the challenges for you? It's been a year now with COVID-19, and I know, especially with kindergartners who are just learning, it's their first time away from home and what they're used to. What have been your challenges?
Right. I mean, I think in kindergarten, there's so much emotional and social that goes on in the learning too. So that's definitely been hard as far as like interacting with each other and with them. I would say has been a really big difficulty throughout the year. Just not having them being able to, hug them and give them those high fives and stuff has been hard, but we have found other ways to do so. So that's been great. And then I would say the other challenge along the way has been technology for sure. Having to teach 5 and 6 year olds how to use a computer and go home and use the computer during online learning for sure has been a challenge, but kids are so flexible and they amaze me every day with their abilities to go through those challenges. And I mean, they can troubleshoot things on the computer sometimes better than I can. So I am amazed every day, though, as much as it is a challenge.
Yeah, it seems like at this age they soak everything up so quickly, and even though it might be a little advanced for them, they're up to the challenge, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So with the challenges, though, and I found this with a lot of teachers that I've talked to this year, there's those little bright spots, things you didn't expect that kind of turned out to be kind of a blessing in a way. Have you found any of those things happening this past year?
I think just something I have found that's pretty cool is, especially in kindergarten, I feel like as a kindergarten teacher, you are on stage all the time. You're trying to get them engaged, you're being silly, and with our masks on, it's hard for them to read our facial expressions. And so I've just been so amazed at how well the kids can, listen to your tone of voice, your body language, maybe your eyes, and just how we've just gotten through all of that just by our voice and things like that. So that's just, I think it's pretty cool that we can't see each other's faces, but we know how we feel and what we're thinking. And I think that's a pretty cool thing.
That is something. I didn't think about that. So how many children are in your class right now?
We have 19 students.
Okay, and have you just recently transitioned? Are they all in class now?
So we have been in person since August, and we have had a couple remote learners, but we are now officially all back in class. So it's great.
And it probably feels great for you to be able to get the vaccine now. That's probably such a weight off your shoulders, I would
Yes.
imagine.
Yes.
That's wonderful. So I always say our teachers are superheroes, and I mean that in every parent I talk to. I mean, they thought teachers were superheroes before all of this pandemic, but now they know that you go way above and beyond. So if you could have any superhuman power, Mrs. Niederklein, what would that be?
Ooh, that's a good question. Like self-replication. Like I wish there could be lots of me so I could help everybody all the time. And yeah, I mean just having more of me would be great in here.
I'm sure your students would agree. So my first question to you, I love asking this question, and I love the answers I get from our teachers, is what do you love most about teaching? What got you started?
The kids, the relationships. I mean, I feel like they're my own little kids and I love them so much. And it's crazy how we just had spring break, and after spring break, we do a remote learning week just to make sure of anything like that before we come back to school. And I was doing distance learning the first day, and I came home to my husband and I was like, oh, I just miss them so much. And he's like, it's been a week. I'm like, I know, but I miss them. And so, I mean, they bring so much joy to you, and they're so funny, and they're hard workers. And so they're little humans, but they are some pretty neat people.
That's great. I'm sure they feel the same about you. This letter just represents one parent, and I know parents are just so grateful for teachers, and we're grateful for you too. So we have a few gifts for you, Mrs. Niederklein. The first one is, I'm sure you love pizza. I don't know anybody who doesn't.
Yeah.
We are going to Zio's Pizzeria, one of our sponsors, is going to be giving you some gift certificates to go out and enjoy pizza one night so you don't have to cook.
Right.
And then
Good.
also, Mathnasium of Papillion is going to give you a gift card so you and your husband can go out when you feel safe to go back in restaurants, to a local restaurant, so you can just enjoy a really nice night out together. And then finally, I love this, our Star One, I always turn it the wrong way, our Star 104.5 Teacher of the Week Award from Regal Awards for you to put on your desk or wherever you'd like, just to honor you, show you how much you are loved by your students and parents alike. So thank you for all you do as a teacher. This is Niederklein, kindergarten teacher at Westridge Elementary School in Elkhorn. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much.